Alright, so Twins just lost their third game this year already in extra innings to the Mariners. I'm of two minds on this stupid fucking rule. This just ridiculous rule where you put the runner on second to start an inning, once you get into extras. It made some sense to do last year. Like the idea was it was a way to kind of artificially shorten games when in a normal season, you have let's say you have an 18 inning marathon where your pitching staff screwed up for days, your team might be fatigued for days, and they had such a compressed schedule, and they were already losing games because of COVID and everything. Like they couldn't afford to lose any, like they had to just, essentially just steamroll through the season. It made some sense then. I didn't like it last year either, but it made some sense. But the fact that they brought it back for this year is fucking preposterous. And every baseball fan should hate it. Like as soon as this game went extra innings, it was like, well, whatever happens, it's not going to even be like a real result, because you have this you know close, low-scoring game the whole way, and then it becomes this other thing as soon as you hit the 10th inning. And the Twins lose. But, they've lost 3 games now. They're what, 5-3. All 3 games have been in extra innings. Now there is the flip side, and I will mention the flip side. It's like the rule cuts both ways. Like both teams get to benefit from this stupid rule, and the Twins don't benefit because they're kind of just they're doing the same shit they've been doing for years, even before this rule. They get into extra innings, and all they want to do is swing for the fences every fucking at bat. Like again, like in the one today, you have runner at second base to start the inning. You're down 1 run. Just a single ties the game. As long as the single is to the right spot. But all you need is a single right there. Just keep the game going. Just prolong the game. Instead, and I like him, but Astudillo comes up and he just starts swinging like a madman for the fences. Like he's swinging hard. Like I get pinch hitting him because he's a contact guy, but he wasn't going for contact. He was going for trying to hit a home run. And then who was the guy after that? Cave. He's up. He's trying to fucking hit a home run. Just get a base hit. Like even if you're not going to do the bunting, and Rocco Baldelli is way too arrogant to ever bunt because he's the analytic guy, and he's just decided that bunting is never the right thing to do. I mean, it shows with this team. Like this team's won a lot of games the last couple of years, and they're probably gonna win a lot this year. Hitting for power, hitting home runs and stuff. But sometimes it ain't about the home run. It's really about manufacturing runs, getting a runner over, getting a guy in, with a sac fly, something like that. They don't ever want to do that, and it shows with some of these close games, and it showed with these extra inning games, in the Baldelli era. They don't do it. They don't know how to do it, or they're not told to do it. And then Buxton was the final out. He had a grounder, and that was the game. But these guys, they don't want to manufacture runs, and it's a terrible rule. There's nothing good about this rule, but at least it cuts both ways, and teams can do it. How did Seattle score? They bunt, and they hit a sacrifice fly, and that won them the game because they wanted to execute, to overcome the stupid rule. And we don't ever want to do that. The Twins never want to do that. And they've lost 3 of these already. They're going to lose more because they don't want the other teams going to execute. The Twins don't want to do it, and it's going to bite them. Now this doesn't affect the playoffs. I mean, they don't bring this rule into the playoffs. But if it's a game 162 when it goes extra innings, you got this rule to deal with, and that's just how it is. And if the Twins are gonna play like this with this rule and just want to buy into this Bomba Squad bullshit and just swing for the fences every time, hey, great. Walk-off home runs are nice. Guess what? It's hard to hit a home run. It's a lot easier to hit a single. It's a lot easier to, move a runner over with a well-placed ground out. Hitting home runs is hard. I know the Twins set a record for home runs a couple years ago, but it ain't like that anymore. I mean, for one thing, they've deadened the fucking baseball a little bit, so it's not gonna work. Like you gotta manufacture runs, and this team does not know how to manufacture runs, and it's gonna really cost them in a lot of big spots this year. And if they do get in the playoffs, it's gonna cost them again because they don't want to play that way. And again, it's a stupid rule, but it's stupid for everybody. And Baldelli's he's a stubborn, arrogant asshole. He really is. I'm not a big fan, but like he's not gonna ever change. Like this is what he wants to do. He wants to have a team that just swings for the fences all the time and can't manufacture runs. I mean, even today they only tied the game because of a wild pitch. You have to be able to win more than one way, and they aren't showing that they can win more than one way. They've had a couple games this year where the offense has been just scalding hot and they've scored a bunch of runs. Yeah, that's great, and those count, but you got to win the close ones too. And part of how you do that is you manufacture runs, and you do the little things. You get the runner over, you get the you get a bunt down if they even know how to bunt over there. It's annoying, but it ain't sexy. Bombas are sexy, I guess. Bunts and sacrifices and singles and everything, those aren't sexy, but guess what? Those can win you games too, and those can keep you in games. And I hope the Twins figure it out because they're going to be playing with this rule all year long. And God, Nolan Manfred will probably keep this beyond this year. This could, you got to deal with it. Other teams can deal with it. Seattle made the plays today to win. Dealing with the rule. Twins weren't interested, and that's why they lost.